All right, y'all. I want to talk about something else here. Um, yeah, I'm doing two videos back to back. I may do two, three more. I don't know. Can't really sleep right now, so might as well work on this. I want to talk about bail bond system right now. I used to be a bail bondsman. I was licensed. I'm not licensed anymore, but I was. I had bail soliciting, bail enforcement license. And I want to talk about what I think about the bail bond industry because I have the power as the sheriff, once elected, to govern how business is conducted in my jail and how people are released. Those of y'all that know me from the jail, from doing bail bonds, just to throw this out there, I've seen a jail from all three sides. Been an inmate at the Harrison County Jail when I was 18. Granted, it was very brief. It was for driving under suspended license. I was stupid. It was over 20 years ago. Yep, I own it. I admit to it. One thing about me, I'm going to own my mistakes because I believe in transparency. I know that it took hours, and this is back in 2003, took hours to get me out of jail. Um, I've been a correctional officer, and y'all know that. So I've seen the jail from both sides. I've also been a bail bondsman, so I've been responsible for getting people out of jail and making sure they go to court. Let me tell y'all how I want the bail bonds done in Harrison County. I don't know how long it's taken people to get out of jail now. I will give Matt Haley credit because the last time I wrote a bond was last year, 2024, and I think turnaround time was about 2, 3 hours. I'm going to give Matt Haley credit on that. Um, I think that's reasonable. By the time you dress them out, make sure they don't have any outstanding warrants or warrants, things like that. Yeah, 2, 3 hours is a reasonable amount of time. I know there's been times to where I have waited at the jail for 8 hours and longer. There's been times that um I've had to drop a bond and go get him out the next day because when Brizzolera was sheriff, and hats off to Melvin Brizzolera, he was a great sheriff. Um, but he shut the jail down at, what was it, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. You couldn't get, if you didn't have your bond dropped by 9 o'clock, you wasn't getting them till the morning. I don't agree with that. I think that you need to release people as soon as the bond's dropped. Just my opinion. But here's what I have. Here's what I have for the bail bondsman. Commercial bail serves a purpose. It makes somebody else responsible to get the defendant to court. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Bail bondsmen actually save taxpayer dollars. If somebody gets released on a $100,000 bond and they don't show up for court, well, I promise you, most bail bondsmen don't have $100,000 that they want to give up, or their insurance companies if they're limited surety. There's two types of bail agents in Mississippi. There's limited surety and there's personal surety. About equal on both. Limited surety means they're backed up by an insurance company. Personal surety means they wrote the big check to Jackson, to the Mississippi Insurance Division, or Mississippi Insurance Department. That being said, when I'm sheriff, I want to see more people have to bond out with a bail bondsman, because that ensures that the defendant will show up to court. That means somebody else has something to lose, and they have an incentive to bring the defendant to the court to make sure that he or she shows up. They're going to lose money. Now, if you pay a bondsman on a $100,000 bond, you pay him $10,050 plus, well, I'm getting rid of the turnkey fee, so never mind that. You pay him $1,050, which is what the state says that you got to pay him if you live in the state of Mississippi, and they run off to California. That's on the bondsman. Bondsman has to go get them, or guess what? They don't pay back 10 grand. They pay 100 grand. They give that to the circuit clerk. And Justin Wetzel will be glad to take your money too, if you don't bring that defendant by the time the judge says you got to bring it back or you owe money. Once that final judgment hits, that's it. You got 90 days. Well, you got 100 days, but yeah. Clock's ticking. You will get that defendant into court, or you will pay. That's how it works. That's what the law says. That's how this works. That's the way this works. So bondsman's gonna go get you and bring you back to jail. Even if they pay, they got a certain amount of time to get that money back. I think it's 18 months. Believe me, they want that money back if they pay it. If it's limited surety, the insurance company wants that money back. This saves me from assigning 1 or 2 or 3 warrant officers to go look for those who were missing court. This puts it on a private company. Now, again, being a bail bondsman myself, I know the laws. The laws will be followed, or you won't do business at my jail. It's that simple. I will remove you from the list if you violate the law. That's neither that goes without saying, though. I'm a fan of doing stuff the right way. But I believe in the commercial bail industry and what it does to save taxpayer dollars. If I can cut costs somewhere, instead of pulling a cop off the street to put him as a warrants officer, I can leave him out on the street, where he can do his job, I'm all for it. That's what I want to do. Somebody else wants to take the responsibility. Hey, I'm cool with it. As the sheriff, I get to set bonds. Me or a judge or somebody I designate can set the bonds. I don't believe in excessive fines or bail. I'm not saying I'm going to turn people out and let them rob and pillage again. Be reasonable bail. Reasonable bail will be set. But if somebody else wants to be responsible, let them. And that's why I want to ask for the support of all y'all who do business in Harrison County as bail bondsmen. Most of y'all know me. Most of y'all know I mean what I say. Y'all take care.